Number 10. The Eighth Son. Are you kidding me? Waking up in a new world, 25-year-old Shingo Aikinomiya realizes that he is in the body of a 6-year-old. Retaining memories of his stressful life working at the firm company, Shingo learns that the person he is occupying is Wendelin von Benno Baumeister, the eighth son of a poor noble family living in the countryside. Woken to his bizarre situation, Wendelin strives to change his financial and social status for the better. His newly discovered great magical aptitude may prove to be just what he needs to achieve that goal. Number 9. In another world with my smartphone. In a thoughtless blunder, God accidentally strikes down Tuya Mochizuki with a stray bolt of lightning. As an apology, God offers him one wish and the chance to live again in a magical fantasy world. Tuya happily accepts the offer and, for his one wish, asks only to keep his smartphone with him as he begins his journey into this mysterious world. Starting over in this new world, Tuya finds it is filled with magic, which he has an affinity for, and cute girls vying for his attention. These girls, the twins Lins and Els Silveska, Yumina Ernia Belfast, Lean, and Ye Kokono, provide Tuya with no end of romantic frustrations, but also companionship as he discovers the secrets of this new world. Number 8. Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. Ichiro Suzuki, a programmer nearing his 30s, is drowning in work. Worn out, he eventually has a chance to catch up on sleep, only to wake up and discover himself in a fantasy RPG world, which is mashed together from the games he was debugging in reality. In this new place, he realizes that not only has his appearance changed to a younger version of himself, but his name has also changed to Satu, a nickname he used while running beta tests on games. However, before Satu can fully grasp his situation, an army of lizardmen launch an assault on him. Forced to cast a powerful spell in retaliation, Satu wipes them out completely and his level is boosted to 310, effectively maximizing his stats. Now, as a high-leveled adventurer armed with a plethora of skills and no way to return to reality, Satu sets out to explore this magical new world. Number 7. Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life? Having stood out from others most of her life due to her exceptional character, Masato Kurihara has lived without neither the joy of having close friends nor the experience of having a regular life. However, after a sudden death, she was transported to a divine realm to be reincarnated, and granted one wish to top it off. Thinking about the ordinary life that she had always wanted, she wished to be born as a normal person, with abilities that are average for the world she will resurrect in. Reborn as Adele von Asham, the daughter of a noble, she possesses magic powers completely exceeding what one would label average. Still desiring to carry out the life she wanted, she leaves her home and enrolls at a hunter school in a faraway kingdom using Mile as an alias. However, try as she might to hide her overpowering potential, attaining her goal will be difficult, especially when facing against the crazy situations that ensue. Number 6. Knights and Magic. Having died in a car accident, Tsubasa Kurata, an otaku from modern Japan, is reborn in the Fremvilla Kingdom, a medieval world where powerful mechs called silhouette knights are used to fight horrific demonic beasts. Born into a noble family under the name of Ernest D. Echevarria and bestowed with prodigious magical abilities, he enrolls into Royal Lihyla Academy. This school of magic trains young men and women on how to pilot the silhouette knights, prepping them to protect the kingdom from threats, both demonic and human. Ernest teams up with the twins named Adeltrud and Archidolta with the goal to create his own silhouette knight one day, a feat unheard of for several centuries. Number 5. Descendants of a Bookworm. Urano Motosu loves books and has an endless desire to read literature, no matter the subject. She almost fulfills her dream job of becoming a librarian before her life is ended in an accident. As she draws her last breath, she wishes to be able to read more books in her next life. As if fate was listening to her prayer, she wakes up reincarnated as Mine, a frail 5-year-old girl living in a medieval era. What immediately comes to her mind is her passion. She tries to find something to read, only to become frustrated by the lack of books at her disposal. Without the printing press, books have to be written and copied by hand, making them very expensive. As such, only a few nobles can afford them, but this won't stop Mine. She will prove that her will to read is unbreakable, and if there are no books around, she will make them herself. Number 4. Wise Man's Grandchild. In the Kingdom of Earlshide, Merlin Walford was once regarded as a national hero, hailed for both his power and achievements. Preferring a quiet life, however, he secludes himself deep in the rural woods, dedicating his time to raising an orphan that he saved. This orphan is Shin, a normal salaryman in modern-day Japan who was reincarnated into Merlin's world while still retaining his past memories. As the years pass, Shin displays unparalleled talent in both magic casting and martial arts, much to Merlin's constant amazement. On his 15th birthday, however, it becomes apparent that Shin only developed his combat skills and nothing else, leaving him with blatant social awkwardness, a lack of common sense, and a middling sense of responsibility. As a result, Shin enrolls in the kingdom's magic academy to hone his skills and mature among other teenagers. Kenja no Meigo follows Shin Walford's high school life in the capital as he makes new friends, learns about the world, and fights off the various forces of evil surrounding him and his city. Number 3. A Saga of Tanya the Evil. Tanya Degerekaf is a young soldier infamous for predatorial-like ruthlessness and an uncanny, tactical aptitude, earning her the nickname of the Devil of the Rhine. Underneath her innocuous appearance, however, lies the soul of a man who challenged being X, the self-proclaimed god, to a battle of wits, which resulted in him being reincarnated as a little girl into a world of magical warfare. Hellbent on defiance, Tanya resolves to ascend the ranks of her country's military as it slowly plunges into world war, with only being X proving to be the strongest obstacle in recreating the peaceful life she once knew. But her perceptive actions and combat initiative have an unintended side effect, propelling the mighty empire into becoming one of the most powerful nations in mankind's history. Number 2. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. 37-year-old Satoru Mikami is a typical corporate worker, who is perfectly content with his lifestyle, other than failing to nail down a girlfriend. In the midst of a casual encounter with his colleague, he falls victim to a random assailant on the streets and is stabbed. However, while succumbing to his injuries, a peculiar voice echoes in his mind, and recites a bunch of commands which the dying man cannot make sense of. When Satoru regains consciousness, he discovers that he has reincarnated as a slime in another world. In doing so, he acquires newfound skills, notably, the power to devour anything. He then stumbles upon the storm dragon, Veldora, who had been sealed away for the past 300 years. Sympathetic to his predicament, Satoru befriends him, promising to assist in destroying the seal. In return, Veldora bestows upon him the name Rimuru Tempest to grant him divine protection. Now, liberated from his past life, Rimuru embarks on a fresh journey with a distinct goal in mind. Number 1. Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World. When Kazuma Satu died, he was given two choices: pass on to heaven or be revived in a fantasy world. After choosing the new world, the goddess Aqua tasked him with defeating the Demon King, and let him choose any weapon to aid him. Unfortunately, Kazuma chose to bring Aqua herself and has regretted the decision ever since then. Not only is he stuck with a useless deity-turned-party archpriest, the pair also has to make enough money for living expenses. To add to the problems, the group continued to grow as more problematic adventurers joined their ranks. The token spellcaster, Megumin, is an explosion magic specialist who can only cast one spell once per day and refuses to learn anything else. There is also the stalwart crusader, Darkness, a helpless masochist who makes Kazuma look pure in comparison. Follow Kazuma and the rest of his party through countless more adventures as they struggle to earn money and have to deal with one another's problematic personalities.
with